Hi guys, it's me, Valerie. Welcome back to my channel, Make-It-Neiked Pups. I have here with me Bullet. Say hi, Bullet. Hi, Bullet. Bullet is 3.5 pounds, and I think he actually went through a growth spurt, but when we went to the vet last week, he was about 3.5 pounds. I wanted to introduce you to him because he's just so precious. Oh my gosh, I love him so much. Anyway, so I wanted to go ahead and answer some questions you guys had, but before I did, I wanted to introduce you to the new puppies. Please forgive me and where my eye placement is. I had to do this video without my kids and I'm on selfie mode and I really don't know where to look, if I could be completely honest. But anyway, I want to introduce you to Bullet. He's 3.5 pounds and he's pretty calm and cuddly and he's just so precious, but he loves to play tug of war and he is just a ball full of sunshine, if I could just be completely honest. And he's just so cute. Like, look at his eyes. I don't know if you could see it, but look, you say hi? Say hi. And he has kind of like this miniature pincher look to him and he's just so cute. His ears are all floppy and he's just so cuddly. Anyway, so I want to introduce you to Bullet and then I'm gonna go get Rip. He's like the man of the hour here, so give me a second. And this is Rip. Rip is about 6 pounds, 3 ounces as of last week, so I'm pretty sure he grew. So you say hi? Who are the people? He's like my curious dude, but he's a little bigger, as you can see, and he's all beige. He has his little sweater on and his little letter Rip collar. Did you show everybody your collar? He's another one who's super cute, but look at his face. He's like so sleepy. He's so sleepy. Anyway, I love him. He's just the sweetest little boy ever. And he does love his mommy. Do you love your mommy? You love your mommy? I don't like this collar because I can't like kiss him. I like kissing him right here in this general area. Oh, you see, it's nap time or bedtime at least. I'm recording at a really late hour. Anyway, so I want to introduce you to Rip. He's super sweet. He's another one who's filled with energy. He loves Bullet. Like, they just are inseparable. They sleep together at night. They play together. I mean, they just like love each other. So I just want to introduce you guys to the puppies. I would introduce you to Dossie, but she's in heat, and so she needs her space. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back now that the boys are with my husband. He had to take them. It's like bedtime right now, so you might hear them in the background as they settle down, but I want to do a quick video to do like a Q&A. I've bumped into people at like Petco and like the supermarket and have interacted with multiple people online, whether it's in the American Hairless group on Facebook or even here on YouTube. And I'm finding out that there's a lot of questions that people have, and I thought I would answer some. There's like a handful of them, and so I just thought we would get started. All right, so I guess the first question on my list is, are American Hairless Terriers high maintenance? Well, I think that all depends on your perspective of what is and is not high maintenance. I mean, for the average dog, people expect trimming of the hair, cleaning the ears, clipping the nails, brushing out the hair. You know, these are just all normal grooming processes that you would do with an average dog. Well, we're talking about a dog that doesn't have any hair. So you know you're not going to brush its hair because it's skin. That'd be pretty awkward. Anyway, so what you're going to do is you're just going to bathe your dog every few days, just like, you know, you would want a bath if you're out here naked playing in mud. Just saying, just throwing that out there. So you're just going to bathe your dog. You're going to clean their ears. Okay, they don't have hair to block their ears, and so you want to make sure you're maintaining that. If not, it can be an icky situation. So make sure you're cleaning, especially after bath time, just around the ear. for them. Don't go digging in too deep because you'll push wax in, but just clean around the ear. And as long as you're maintaining it, it's not going to be an issue. So there's that. The maintenance would be making sure their nails are clipped, bathe every few days. If they're playing outside, just make sure their paws are wiped when they come back in. Because again, they don't have fur to block their paws. And I mean, t-shirts on when they're outside and it's hot and sunny, and sweaters on when it's a little chilly outside. And you know, that's the extent of like the maintenance. I just don't, maybe I'm biased. Maybe that's what it is. I'm biased. I just don't think that they're high maintenance. I think the misconception is because maintaining this specific breed just looks entirely different than you would a standard like dog with fur or hair. So I guess the misconception is high maintenance because the processes are just a little different. I personally think they're easier to maintain. I mean, let's be real. I don't have to buy a brush. I'm not brushing them. I'm just wiping them down. I have to clip their nails. You would clip a regular dog's nails. I'm cleaning ears. You'd have to clean a regular dog's ears. I'm brushing teeth, but you'd have to brush teeth. I don't know. My personal opinion is that they're not high maintenance. So that was my first question. Second question would be, are American Hairless Terriers too energetic? I'm gonna say no. I mean, it's nothing that isn't manageable. Like, they're not so energetic that they're gonna be like the gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. You know what I mean? They are puppies when you get them. And sometimes you'll get like a retired dog, but they just need to be walked. They need to be played with. They want to be loved. They want their minds stimulated. They're just, you know what it is they're busy. They have things to do. They have places to go. They have things to do, you know, which would be biting on a bone, playing tug of war, playing catch. These are serious agenda items for an American Hairless Terrier. They want to play. And then after they're done playing, they want to cuddle. They want a blanket, they want to snuggle, and they want to snuggle with you. So, too energetic? No. As long as you have your dog on a schedule, you wake up every morning at like, I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, you let them out first thing in the morning and you feed them, you know, take out some of their toys where you're getting yourself together and they're running around, or you let them run around outside in the backyard for a little bit just to get some energies and little jujus out, and they'll come back in and they'll check up on what you're doing and they'll look around. Maybe they want a bone to chew on because, you know, maybe they're teething, and then before you know it, after an hour and a half, 2 hours, they're ready for a nap, dude. They want a nap. I mean, because if you're gonna burn a lot of that energy, you need to regain it back, you need to recoup it. So they're gonna take a nap. So I find it that my dogs will wake up every morning at 7, will come downstairs, do potty. While I'm getting breakfast together, they're like messing around with each other. If it's warmer out, I'll have them run around and play outside. Otherwise, I'll have them run around in the living room and they'll play together. When breakfast is served, they'll eat and then they'll play some more while I'm just cleaning up the kitchen and I'm keeping my eye on them, make sure no one's going crazy. And then by the time 8:30, 9 o'clock hits, they're ready for a nap. Everybody's ready for a nap. And they'll sleep for about an hour and a half. I mean, nothing that isn't too manageable. I do have to say that this specific breed does like companionship, and having another dog in the house with you, or children to keep them entertained, they really enjoy that. They really are a family dog, but they really do like a partner in crime. Like Rip and Bullet are just super close, and Dossie absolutely loves them, and she is super like overprotective for like my Bullet boy. He's so little, and she just thinks it's her responsibility to protect him. But she loves that. She wakes up every morning and she greets me. She greets her brothers, and they're social dogs. So if they're not being entertained and keeping busy, they may have the appearance of too energetic, and some have a lot of energy in spurts, but there are downtime. So again, it's nothing that isn't manageable. It's just this particular breed likes to stay busy. They do. Like Dossie likes going for walks. She likes playing kickball outside. If it's snowing, she likes to run around and eat snowflakes. I mean, these are things that are priorities for her. Priorities, people. All right, next question. Question number 3. Do American Hairless Terrier grow their claws faster, like their nails faster? It feels like they do. If I could be completely honest, I just think that because they don't have fur, you just see the entire nail the entire time. So even if you clip them and you notice that they're growing out, you're like, oh my gosh, it looks so long. Well, they don't really have anything blocking the actual nail to give it the appearance that it's shorter. And then you're like, I promise you, I did clip their nails. They're just so long. Again, I just don't think it grows faster. I just think they look longer because there's nothing to block them. Usually like with fur, it'd be like that, but you know, you just see the whole thing for a dog, for the American Hairless Terrier. So the standard is clipping their nails every 2 weeks. That is the safest bet. That's the best way to kind of keep their quick low and keep it manageable for them and their paws, because when their nails are too long, it can obviously affect their padding and how like their feet go onto the pavement. I had that issue with my previous dogs. It's a long story, but let's just say I was pregnant with twins. I went on bed rest and I couldn't get their nails clipped. And so it took me years just to kind of keep up with their nails from there. So I would recommend every 2 weeks. I think that's pretty standard. But I mean, judge for yourselves. I don't think they grow faster. I think it's just the appearance because they have no fur on their paws. All right. Last question would be, actually this wouldn't be last question. I'm going to leave the best question for last, but this is the 4th question. How should you dress your American Hairless Terrier? So I gauge myself as like the barometer. 1, I get cold very easily. I just do. I'm an island girl. I love the islands. I love the sun. Put me close to the equator and it'd be popping. But for the dogs, just be really cognizant of the temperature in your house. I find it that 70 is a comfortable temperature for the dogs. My husband likes to keep it at 68. That's cold for me. I'm sorry, but it is. Anyway, so, but they can manage 68. I just like to make sure I have blankets around because sometimes they want to break from t-shirts and they just want to run around like naked people and just run around like naked dogs. But I always make sure I have blankets around for them. I always make sure that my fireplace is turned on if I notice that they're trying to like cuddle up against each other because they're cold, or if they're shivering. If you don't have a little buddy for them but they're shivering, I always make sure I have like a blanket. I'll wrap them up in a blanket or put a t-shirt on or a sweater on. I like to put sweaters on, or you know, something a little warmer once it hits like 60 degrees. I know that sounds crazy, but anything 60 and less, they should have something on them. Because they're going to be cold. And then anything under like 40, I would recommend a jacket or like one of those like sweatsuit outfits. And then anything under like freezing, like, or even like 20-ish, you definitely need like a snow coat. Like your standard coat can only last so long if you have like a jumpsuit underneath with all 4 legs, not just like the top part, but like all 4 legs. You definitely need a snowsuit. I mean, they're not cheap. Reddy has them for like $70, which is crazy. But anyway, but they need it sometimes, you know, especially if you live in a climate that's like super cold. So anyway, those are my recommendations. And then in the summertime, if you have a house that's, you know, with central air, be mindful of them. They might be cold. I know it's summertime, but make sure if your house is cooler, put a t-shirt on, put like a little sweatshirt on. It doesn't have to be 4 legs, but just put something around their body, because they are little. Like my Bullet's like 3 pounds. He'd be freezing in like 65-degree weather. Like, so I have a sweater on him. And Rip is the same way. He's like really petite, and I put, you know, a little sweater on him. He seems to be fine. Bullet seems to be the one that gets cold very easily. Rip will be out there for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes if you let him. But yeah, during the summertime, just be mindful that if you have central air and your house is kept pretty cool, that they are taken care of as well. So last question is if you have really bad allergies and you are doing kind of like an allergy testing with the dog, and you happen to just break out, your nose gets a little sniffly, your eyes get a little itchy, or, you know, your asthma might be triggered, you know your body. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. I can only share my experience. When I met Jack, he was my first American Hairless Terrier. I broke out when he licked me. I did. I broke out, and my nose was like a little sniffly. And I was like, it's not too bad, because I actually had like really bad reactions, like to the point where like my asthma was really bad. So I was like wheezing, and then the wheezing started to get like, it was to the point where my lungs were starting to constrict so much that I wasn't even capable of wheezing. So like, I mean, I've had situations like that. Being a little itchy and a little sniffly, I was like, you know what, let me just try this out, and realize I actually didn't react to him. So as long as he didn't lick me like too excessively, I was gonna be fine. Otherwise, I'll just wash my hands or wherever he licked my face, and I was fine. I didn't have a reaction. That's my personal experience. My recommendation is, if you are someone with allergies, I think there's something about getting used to the animal itself, and it could take a couple of weeks before you're used to him in its entirety. But just to give you some perspective, I rank a 13 out of 15 on the allergy scale. So it's pretty bad. I think it's really bad. But for these guys, like, I could kiss Bullet, I could hug and snuggle and kiss Rip, and he can kiss me, and I don't react. Back in the day when I had Jack, I did react, but I think breeders have really perfected the breed, and I'm just noticing in these latter puppies that I've had, I'm having no reaction, and I'm not sure why. Maybe my body's just used to it. Maybe my body's changing. I don't know, but I would say give it time. I had an agreement with my breeder. I said, I'm gonna try him. I'm gonna try living with him for a couple of weeks, like maybe a month, you know. And if for some reason it just gets so bad, I'll give him right back to you. That's what I said about my Jack, and the breeder agreed. Any breeder who doesn't agree to work with you, if you're someone with allergies, I would recommend picking another breeder. That's just my personal opinion. This breeder was fantastic. I called her all the time. She's probably like, lady, stop calling me. But I called her because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not reacting. This is great. He's so cute, and I love him, and he's precious, and he's the best thing next to sliced bread. I mean, I would call her all the time. And she was just so gracious, and she was wonderful. And so that's just my personal recommendation. So, but that's my last question and answer. If you have any other questions or concerns, comments, please leave that below. I'd be more than happy to answer. I do like to engage with folks. So if you have some comments or questions, I do say give me like anywhere between 24 to 48 hours, because I do work full time. I have the kids and the dogs I'm trying to get on a schedule. So life is crazy, and now kids are going into sports, and it's about to get really crazy here. But anyway, if you do have any questions, concerns, comments, please do not hesitate to leave it below. And if you like this video and its content, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't be shy. Hit the notification bell. You might be surprised what I post. I don't know, I like posting some random things, so I don't know. But all right, that's it. That's the end of my video. I love you guys. Bye.
Would you love me if I had wrinkles under my eyes? Would you love me if I didn't have space between my thighs? Would you love me if I couldn't sing? Would you love me if I didn't have anything? I love you and all you do. I love you because you are you. If love could be painted with just a one brush, the world would see your love untouched. Would you love me if all I had were gray hairs? Would you love me with my face all bare? Would you love me if I didn't have blue eyes? Would you love me if my cheeks crinkled when I cried? I love you and all you do. I love you because you are you. If love could be painted with just one brush, the world would see your love untouched. If love could be painted with just one brush, the world would see your love untouched. You don't need to buy me the diamond rings, expensive things, because our love goes far beyond the bends to stuff like 18-karat buds. When time will pass, we won't see the change and life would rearrange, because what we have goes far beyond the vanity fair, like body paint to bear. And what I